That would have been season 2 right there. Yeah, hear those voices. Voices of the coven you murdered. She is! Oh, she is doing it! Hey, welcome back to Not Much of Everything. My name is Phil, and today we are finishing up the Acolyte Season 1 with Episode 8. And so it's been a while since I watched the last episode, Episode 7, but I do remember clearly that it was a flashback episode, and it was a great episode because it proved my prediction to be correct regarding to how the coven was actually killed off. It wasn't just purely by the fire. It was actually they were actually slaughtered by the Jedi Masters. I mean, majority of them were basically killed off because they were trying to mind control. What's his name? Master Master Kalnaka, and after he broke free from a majority of them who were trying to control him, basically got wiped out because of that incident by Master Endora. And out of all of it, throughout the entire season so far, I was assuming that Master Endora was the bad one. I had my suspicions about Master Soul also, but I do have to, if there's one person I need to apologize to, would be Master Endora because she was the reasonable one out of all four of them. Even though, what's his name? Master Torben, when he was still a Padawan, he was kind of a victim because he was under Mother Tenasea's genjutsu. So he had lots of fear inside of him. Due to that fear that was created from it, he thought that they were bad people and decided to go with Master Soul to take them out and bring back Osha and Mei. So with him, I think that's understandable because of all of that fear that came from the genjutsu. But for Master Soul though, he was just too rash. He acted out of impatience, which is something that the Jedi, I would have, from what I've learned so far, the Jedi Order is not supposed to act like that. They're supposed to have patience, and not allow their fear and anxiousness to dictate on how they react. And considering that he's already a master, he should have already mastered those feelings already. And considering that this is the last episode, I'm kind of disappointed because I feel like there's still a lot of storytelling that could be told that has potential to be told. And I'm not sure if I shared this during my last reaction, but I really think that there could be potential connection between this storyline and the Anakin and the Skywalker saga. Mainly because, so here's my theory. Here's because I've never read a lot of the. I've never read any of the books because I'm not sure which books are canon or not. For the fact that in the past there were book series that were not approved by George Lucas to the point where George Lucas actually sent them cease and desist letters. So I'm not sure which materials are canon and which materials are not. So that's why I've never really read any of the Star Wars books until maybe like the more recent ones that's been coming out. Those are probably worth reading, but not the stuff back in the 70s or the 80s or even 90s. But regardless of that, because I don't know what's canon and the material sources, my biggest question is how did Qui-Gon or even the Jedi Order even because the biggest thing with Anakin and why Qui-Gon was so eager to train Anakin was that he was assuming Anakin was the legendary chosen one. But where does this legendary chosen one, the story of the chosen one, come from? I don't think they ever explained that. I'm not sure whether that was ever explained in any of the canon books or any of the comic books, but because I don't know those source materials, I'm just going to say that they never explained it. And so, because they made it seem like Osha and May are so special, I'm not sure whether the legendary stories of a chosen one would have potentially been originated from the Acolyte storyline. Because this entire timeline comes way, way, way before Anakin was even born, right? And for the fact that we know Osha and May were manually created by what? Mother Tennessee, I'm assuming she utilized the emergence to create them. So people can be created by the Force. Who is to say that Anakin wasn't created by the Force, similar to how the Coven created May and Osha? Maybe that's why Anakin has so much, what are they called? Metachlorian? The stuff that determines on how much they can tap into the Force, and that's why Anakin was so powerful. And so I'm assuming that's the same thing with May and Osha, because they seem to have a high level of metachlorian too, right? So I think there's a huge connection between the Skywalker saga regarding to all the legends that they heard and how the Skywalker saga started. All of that really came from the Acolyte story. Or at least they could have potentially connected the two together if there would have potentially been a second or third season. Because right now, all we know is that the big bad, well, not really the big bad, he's just a Sith. Jedi Order, they label them as the bad guys, but we all know they're not truly the bad guys. They just utilize the Force and practice the Force in a completely different way than the Jedi Order approves of, right? But whoever said that the Jedi Orders were allowed to make the rules, alright? I mean, the Republic did. The Republic did. But, you know what? Screw the Republic. They don't know anything. They should have watched the Clone Wars series. They would know how badly the Jedis screwed up. Which led to Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. But anyway, but no, that's my theory. If this series did continue on with season 2 and season 3, I feel like my theory would be that there would be a connection between this and the Skywalker saga, or at least the legends that we were hearing, the legendary stories that we were hearing from the Skywalker saga. But because we're not continuing on with the Acolyte story, I guess we'll never know. I want to believe that my theory would have been right. Because, like I said before, like, legends, stories like myths, legends, all of these stories stem from somewhere. It originated somewhere. And because Acolyte came before the Skywalker saga, I feel like we would have found out where the original story came from, and would have came from this saga, this series. To me, that would have made the most sense. Because like I mentioned before, the whole story with Osha and May, how they were created, there's a connection right there. That's a connection. That's a direct connection. The similarity is right there. But, oh well, there's a lost opportunity. I'm still pretty mad about it. And the fact that this is the final episode, oh man, I'm pretty sad. But I'm hoping they will do the same thing as, they will have the same result as Clone Wars. Because remember, Clone Wars supposedly ended, right? But then they gave them a final season just to send it off and have a proper ending. I'm hoping they will do the same thing with Acolyte, and figure that maybe the fans really do want more Acolyte, and they do deserve more seasons, or at least one more season, to explain more stuff, to give us a proper ending. Because I'm assuming this won't be a proper ending. There will be something that's open-ended or a cliffhanger. And if there is, we need a season 2. I mean, to me, again, I think my theory is they probably canceled it because of the budget. Because I keep saying this, after I was looking up the budget and how much that they were spending, they spent more on the budget for this series was bigger than House of the Dragon. And yes, sure, they use for this series they use CGI for probably the scenery, but majority of it was probably towards the lightsaber battles. But House of the Dragons, they have dragons, all right. I'm not sure what the budget is. What's the difference and regarding what is the difference between creating a dragon or a lightsaber battle, and what's the budget difference would be, right? But I'm assuming something that as massive as a dragon should be a lot more expensive than lightsabers. And let alone that I'm assuming they're using the same dome as they were using for Mandalorian. So it's their own resource anyway, right? So it shouldn't be that expensive. So I don't understand how the budget for the Acolyte series was $100 million more than House of the Dragon. And I think it's because of the mismanagement of the money. I think that's why they had to end this series. Because if I was at the top and I found that out, I would be questioning it too. And the biggest question is, do they really need that big budget to create a season 2 or even season 3? Did they need that kind of budget for even season 1, right? Because all these actors and cast members are brand new. So I'm assuming they're not even that expensive to pay for. I mean, besides for Soul and besides for Master Soul and Master Andorra, you don't even need CGI for Kalnaka, right? Because he's just in a costume. So I'm still not sure where they spend all that money on. Like, how's that possible? Unless they have a huge team for the CGI team for the CGI, but I don't know. I mean, if you know, comment down below. But anyway, I'm as disappointed as I am that this is the last episode. I'm still excited to dive into it. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor with a like and subscribe, it'll help me a whole lot. And if you want to watch the full uncut reaction with me, join my Patreon. And without further ado, let's get watching.
What will we tell the council?
That you guys are murderers.
Have you forgotten who we are?
And it sounds like Osha, out of the two twins, Osha is the more powerful one.
You need to find your master first.
Maybe this Sith was only utilizing May to draw out Osha. Because possibly she is the one he always wants to train instead.
So it's just you and the Force, and what you bring with you.
But my question, also from last episode, is how does Kamir even know about May and Osha? I'm wondering whether he was actually on Brandark as well. Oh, she still has the mask on, doesn't she? The helmet. Right, she doesn't have vision, so she has to utilize the Force to sense things. Oh. What? Oh my god, she's that powerful? Oh! She's tapping into his mind without even looking at him. Which means she's even more powerful than her own mother, Mother Tennessee, because at least Tennessee had to look at Tarbin first.
Where is she?
She had a saber in her hand.
She just clearly used the Force.
This is the future you saw. She can kill with no weapon.
I can still stop her. I've seen where they are.
So we go together and see who gets to her first.
This should be fun.
I will contact Master Vanestra.
Is he going to hand himself over and confess to everything that he's done?
Now that you and Osha are both alive, I can prove it.
They are the Avergents.
That murdering our mother was justified?
Yeah, Master Soul.
What happened
You fraud.
to your coven was an accident.
Not an accident.
Accident? Then why didn't you tell Osha? Why did you blame it on me?
You started the fire.
Not enough to kill
Because
everything
the
off.
Jedi invaded our home.
Exactly.
Everyone in there
You
died
broke
because of
in,
the four
man.
of you.
I mean, Kalnaga has nothing to do with it,
My
right?
biggest regret is that I wasn't able to save you both.
That's the only regret? Really? Your regret should be killing off the Coven. You could have just took Osha because she's the only one who wants to go. And Mother Tennessee was allowing it. I mean, the rest of the Coven was having an issue with it, but because Mother Tennessee is their leader, they have no other choice but to let her go. So all of this could have been avoided. Master Soul.
See you now, Jedi.
Damn right. You filthy Jedi. I'm telling you, man, the more I watch Star Wars contents, I'm not sure about you, the more I don't like the Jedis, man. I mean, it's a good thing. It's an advantage that she's in a small ship. Now Soul is just taking all the damage. He's not really gonna try to shoot her down, is he? Better not. I would not put her past him, though. What are you planning on doing? Well done, buddy. Well done. We like you, alright? What's his name again? I don't remember. Basil. Good job, Basil. You're one of the good guys. Yep. Rough landing. Coruscant.
Senator Raincourt's here to see you.
Where is he?
This nerd.
You let him in the control room?
So unreliable.
Senator.
Apologies for my intrusion.
Not at all.
Oh! Is that Martian the Manhunter? From Supergirl? I don't know his name, but...
Be urgent to wait for me here.
I loved him in Supergirl.
What have you heard?
That you are running a murder investigation without reporting it to the Senate.
He joined the Star Wars universe and we got rid of this series. Are you kidding me here?
How can you know there is no larger threat?
All the victims were Jedi.
There are multiple. Is the suspect a Jedi?
Thank you for your concern.
You don't like me. You think my campaign for an external review of the Jedi is a personal vendetta.
Oh. They need it, though.
I think the Jedi are a massive system of unchecked power. A delusional cult that claims to control the uncontrollable.
We don't control the Force.
Your emotions. You project an image of goodness, but it's only a matter of time before one of you snaps. Who will be strong enough to stop him?
I mean, we all know what happens in the future.
Is that all, Senator?
I mean, he has so many great points. There needs to be checks
I
and
have
balances.
reported your lack of transparency to Chancellor Drellick. He may...
Especially with how much power that the Jedis actually have. Not just politically.
Good luck. Now, what is it you say? May the Force be with you.
We go together or we don't go at all. That seems fair.
Fair enough. Let's see who can throw who out the jet first.
We should be trained. Would you ever consider?
Say yes.
No.
Come on. She's gonna cave. She'll say yes by the end of this episode.
Told you. I'm not my sister.
What a square.
They made that deal without even thinking about it.
Well, she was desperate, alright? You can't compare. She just wants to unite with her sister. She'll say yes to anything. I mean, after she found out that Osha wasn't dead anymore, she could care less about you. Oh, that's creepy. Who is that? That would have been season 2 right there. Whoever that was looks creepy. You know what? Good thing there is no season 2 because I feel like that guy would have scared me, but I want a season 2 because I want to know more about that guy too, so.
I know he is, but I need to get a message to him.
This is highly unorthodox, but I shall see what I can do.
We found Master Soul. He's...
That voice. There's no it's Sidious, right? That voice sounded like Sidious. I swear.
You anticipate a confrontation?
A resolution.
If this doesn't end with Master Soul being arrested, I'm gonna say the Jedi Order is just corrupt.
All the way back home.
You might be better with the Force, but she's better with the machinery.
They're already there.
That's a weird ship, though, to have 2 drivers on 2 different sides. What kind of ship is that? Bad design. Home sweet home. What happened to the villagers, though? I don't think the Jedis wiped them out. Oh wait, no, this is where they actually fought. Yeah, this is still in their temple, right? I hope this haunts you, Master Soul.
Getting this elevator operational is the only way in.
Are you sure?
Whoa. Where did he go? I swear, he was here when Khmer was here when the 4 Jedi Masters were here too. And that's when he captured May, or convinced May to go with him. Yeah, hear those voices. Voices of the coven you murdered. You Jedi scum. Is that Khmer? Or who is that? Is that May? I mean Osha? Is that Osha? No, that's May. That's May. Oh, is this Osha's room that you burnt? She was kind of psychotic too, though. Burning your sister's room, expecting her to be alive. What did you expect? She would have died if she didn't find an escape.
Thank you for leading me to her.
Round 2, baby. How did he get in? There must have been a secret entrance that even Osha doesn't know about. Because there's no way he, like, Jedi jumped up. That's really far down, dude. Nice.
I will destroy you. Not if she gets you first.
Ooh, who, May? Nice! I like his lightsaber design, Khmer's. The fact that he can just disconnect is so cool. Ooh. At the end, he's still pretty strong with the Force. That was a nice move from Khmer, though, honestly. If he wasn't a Jedi Master, he definitely would have killed him off. Who is this now? Osha?
Everything that happened here. All because you didn't want me to become a Jedi. I didn't do this. Soul lied to you.
I mean, you did burn the room. The fire
He tried
was
to teach
you.
me to accept that someone that I love could be capable of this destruction.
Well, I mean, the room, yes. But not the death of the Coven, though.
To calm my negative emotions, my hatred of you, my grief.
You shouldn't have to control it, though. Channel it. And that's the best part about the Sith. They teach how to channel your hatred. I mean, in the wrong way, of course, but...
Soul killed our mother.
Dun dun dun.
He's lied to you. How could he teach you to control your negative emotions?
Yeah, Soul should have been more honest with that.
You didn't fail.
He failed you.
He did.
Damn right. He's a sham of a master. The actress isn't a real twin, though, right? These are all body doubles? Oh! It's no longer your Pip. He's an evil Pip now. Is she a twin? In real life? If she's not, they're doing a really good job with the body double. Ooh.
Now you pay for what you've done.
Murderer! Hypocrite!
You're gonna pay for what you've done too, Master Soul. At least Khmer owns up to his actions. What about you? She pulled a Batman also. Oh. Oh, crap. At least you still have another one. Come on. You're a Jedi Master. You don't kill. But then again, you're a fraud already, so... Good job, May. Ooh, sticky fingers.
Good, May. Feel your anger.
Oh, never mind.
Strike him down.
Oh, right. She's not supposed to strike him down with a weapon, right? Is she gonna do it?
No. I want him to confess what he did.
Damn right. That's right.
I want him to pay for his crimes.
I did the right thing.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Master Soul.
I wanted to protect you both.
So badly by murdering the entire Coven.
You and Osha are the same person. But it has something to do with the virgins on this planet. She created life. She used the Force to create you and Osha. Do you have any idea what kind of power that is?
I mean, they did the same thing to revive Darth Maul.
You killed our mother.
I mean, another Coven in the future, but...
Yes. I did.
You heard that, Osha.
Is that
You've
true?
been following this Master. Master Fraud, I'm gonna call you.
I was protecting you.
From what?
Why didn't you tell me?
They would have sent you away. You were too old to train. I did what I thought was best for you.
Excuses, man.
I wanted to tell you so many times.
Stop talking.
I kept this.
Is she gonna do it?
I did everything. Because I love.
Oh. Is she doing it? Who's doing it? She is! OSHA is doing it! That's how you kill without a weapon. Oh my god, why didn't I think of that? It's official. OSHA is more powerful than May. Oh, turning red! Oh man. I guess he's not going through a trial. Man, she is powerful. But then again, I feel like Soul wouldn't want to fight back also. So it's a lot easier for OSHA to kill him off. But it means she tapped into the dark side of the Force. Her hatred and fear. Oh! Is she gonna get training from him, or is she gonna fight him? Well, you came here for no reason now. Soul's dead.
You.
Yeah! Kimir was her Padawan, wasn't he? Aw, Basil!
OSHA. We need to leave. I know a way out.
Yeah, use the Force, man. Noobs. I thought any of you are masters, besides for her. I'm still wondering whether she is from the boys or not. Never looked. I never looked it up.
You too. Search the premises. The rest of you set up a 5-click perimeter.
Oh, are we going to have one final battle against her? Between her and Kamir? Yeah, he's right here. They're gonna fight. Are we going to reveal more? Or were we going to extend this to second season? To figure out the backstory between the two of them. The falling out. Between Master and Padawan.
You
So
did all
close.
this when you were little? Then what did you do?
Oh, it's the same tree we started their story from. Where May was torturing the little bugs.
Sorry I didn't believe you.
I mean, she did set your room on fire, so...
Sorry I started that fire.
It's about time. We were waiting for that apology. I mean, it's hard to believe you when you set the place on fire, so...
If I can find you, so can the Jedi.
Are they going to follow him? I'm assuming so, right?
We'll explain what Soul did.
Even after everything, you put your faith in the Jedi. I'll show
That's
when
true.
they find out how powerful you are.
You will meet the same fate as our mother.
I could understand why they would have that assumption.
OSHA.
Go train with the dark side of the Force.
Let my sister go and I will train with you.
Oh. What's gonna happen to May?
I can attempt to wipe her memory, remove any trace of you or me, permanently.
Permanently?
Do it. I can't lose you again. You're not.
This is like No Way Home.
And I won't stop you this time.
What's May gonna do then? May's going to go with the Jedis and tell them everything about Master Soul. But the story won't add up once she forgets about OSHA. Her story's gonna be all spotty all over the place.
You are with me. I'm with you.
Honestly, I feel like the storyline to get the two of them united again, though, that probably wouldn't have been like season 2. It probably would have been like season 3. Because I would assume season 2 would be all about training OSHA on how to tap into the Force.
And you give.
From the dark side.
You give.
She must be so confused now, like, who is this lady and why does she look like me?
Don't move.
You don't move.
Surrender. You're under arrest.
For what?
Remove her restraints. Do you know why you're here?
Nope.
They say I killed someone. I don't remember.
What do you remember?
Fire
Her memories goes all the way back.
destroyed my home.
That's it?
He killed my mother.
Yeah, he calls himself a Jedi.
So I run away.
Your last memory is from when you were 8 years old. That man was a Jedi. He was my friend.
Friend.
Brilliant, compassionate man.
Lies.
16 years ago,
Compassionate.
on the planet Brendok, they discovered a force cult of witches. There were many casualties. The Jedi conspired to keep their actions secret. When the truth threatened to come out, a rogue Jedi named Soul killed his accomplices.
No!
Sorry, my friend.
You dirty. You know what? He deserves it, but
We wholly condemn the actions of Master Soul.
An external review of the Jedi must begin immediately.
It was the work of one flawed man.
no, it's not. One that we know of. Who's to say that there weren't many more? Right?
I believe he ended his own life.
See, even you're lying. Frauds! The Jedi Order filled of frauds.
He justified every selfish step with the love he had for your sister.
My God.
My sister?
I'm an only child, lady.
Does the name Osha mean anything?
I think you're just making up words now. Osha? That's a name?
The Jedi have failed you.
Yeah. Not just me, I'm sure.
I need you to help me find someone.
Who?
A pupil of mine. Before he turned to evil.
That's why he wanted to wipe her mind. It wasn't for May's sake or Osha's sake. It was so they couldn't find him. Come here. Manipulator. The only innocent one in this entire series so far is Osha and May. I mean, despite the fact that May was setting Osha's room on fire, but still. She was a child. She didn't know what she was doing. And also Mother Tennessee. She was innocent. She was ready to let Osha make her own choice and allow her to leave the coven. Oh, there's more.
Sorry to disturb you, Master.
Good thing I didn't end it.
We need to talk.
Yoda! That would have been second season. Are there more? Nope. You know what? Like I said at the very beginning of starting this episode, the Jedis, the more I'm watching the different projects regarding to the different Star Wars projects, I feel like the more I'm distancing myself from the Jedis, because the whole illusion of them being the quote-unquote good guys, it's starting to shatter, because they're not all that great, right? Once you start looking at the backstory of the actual Skywalker saga, and now, like, there's so much corruption to it. The fact that they partake in the politics of the Clone Wars, that they were so willing to utilize the actual clone army to go fight in a war that they apparently are not supposed to be choosing sides on, right? which makes them complete hypocrites. And they're not supposed to be settling differences or situations through violence. Yet they all have lightsabers and they are part of that war. They're part of every single war so far. And in this case, what their main practice is you're not supposed to be taking actions or allowing your emotions to lead your actions. But in this case, even from last episode, the flashback episode, what went wrong was when Master Soul led his actions through his emotions by killing off Mother Tenasea when she wasn't attacking him at all. She was just trying to escape or go somewhere or try to save or try to protect May, but he immediately went on defense mode and just stabbed her, you know? And then that just caused a whole bunch of chaos, leading the Coven to take over Kalnaka's mind, making him go crazy and try to kill Soul and Tarbin, which led to Master and Dora to pretty much free Kalnaka's mind from the Coven, which resulted in the entire Coven being slaughtered because of that. And all the excuses that Master Stoll was making, like, I don't doubt that he was, in his mind, he really thought that he was trying to protect and save Osha and May from the Coven, but there was no reason for him to protect them because they were already protected. Maybe not from the entire Coven, but at least from Mother Tenasea, because it seemed like I mentioned before, Mother Tenasea was not utilizing them as tools. Maybe at the very beginning, maybe the plan was to use them as tools, but then from what we saw, it seemed like Mother Tenasea actually had a heart of an actual mother and looked at May and Osha like they're as her real children and gave them choices, allowed them to make their own choices and respected them to the point where even though she does not align her values with the Jedi Order, but she allowed her own daughter to join the Jedi Order and follow them home with them if she decides to do that. A whole lot better than what Soul did. And Soul didn't have to fear for them because there was nothing to be fearful for. And for what's her name? The green lady. I don't remember her name, but for the fact that she's hiding, she's basically throwing all the incrimination onto Master Soul, which, you know what, after everything that Master Soul did, he kind of deserves it. But at the same time, as a Jedi, that is malpractice. That's not something that they're supposed to be doing. They're not supposed to be lying just to get what they want, just to stay in power. And that's what it feels like right now. She is she is lying through her teeth just to stay in power and to avoid any more checks and balances. But because everything that has happened, even this one incident that's been revealed, who's to say that there aren't many more incidents that has happened, has transpired in the past? Because there are no checks and balances with the Jedi Council or the Jedi Order. So for the senators to be, or at least that one senator that fighting to make sure that there are checks and balances with the Jedi Order, I think that he's right. He has every right to, especially after this incident. There needs to be checks and balances. They're way too powerful, the Jedi Order. The fact that they are the only group that's allowed to practice the Force, or even recruit little kids to train with them because they are Force sensitive, It's and then making it illegal for anyone else to practice the Force if they're not recruited into the Jedi Order or are being trained by a Jedi Master. And makes it a whole lot more clearer as to, like, it gives me a reason to actually like the Coven or even the dark side a whole lot better, because they're not, at least they own up to who they are, right? They're not hypocrites. And the Jedi Order, a lot of times it feels like they're a bunch of hypocrites. They like to make it seem like they're all high and mighty with their values. Some of them do stay true to their values. I don't doubt that, because even Yoda, he stays to his value. Like sometimes he drops the ball once in a while, even during Clone Wars. But majority of the time, he does stay to his values. So he's one of the exceptions. Even Obi-Wan, right? But even Obi-Wan, he admitted that, because the Jedi Order, Jedis are not supposed to fall in love. But I remember with what's her name, the Queen of Mandalore, Obi-Wan had admitted to her that he would have left the Jedi Order for her if she just asked him to. So not everyone is really all for following the rules. There's always an exception, because you can't just forget about your feelings or drop your connections from other people, because as human beings, we need the connection. We crave for that connection. It's what makes us whole. It makes us human, right? And so that's why a lot of the belief systems, a lot of the practices that the Jedi Order talks about, it just doesn't make sense. It makes it a lot harder for people to take them seriously, and they're just such purists, which eventually makes them hypocrites, because no one is ever that pure. But anyway, I really enjoyed this season, enjoy this series so far, and I'm really hoping that there will be a season 2. And my prediction is that if there was a season 2, that creepy guy at the cave, I'm assuming he would have been playing a big part, because he was hiding in there the entire time when Osha was in there with Kamir overnight. We never heard a peep from him. I'm assuming that Osha doesn't know the existence of that creepy creature. So I would love to learn more about him, or her, or it. And it seems like Osha is able to do mind control. I mean, yeah, she can do Jedi mind tricks, but I think it's a lot more like when she accidentally did a little mind control thing against Kamir, when Kamir was trying to approach her and grab the helmet. That wasn't just Jedi mind control. I feel like that's the same power as the Coven has. Similar to how Mother Tenasseia, what Mother Tenasseia did to Tarban. It felt like that. So not only does she has the ability of the Force, but she also has the same abilities, the witchcraft abilities as the Coven. Which makes sense, because that's where she grew up from. That's where she came from. And she was created by Mother Tennessee. So I'm assuming she has some, like, magic powers out beyond, like, the Jedi. Beyond the Force. Which makes her extremely powerful. So she's both a witch and also a Jedi. I don't know what would be more powerful, a Jedi and a witch combined together, or Mandalorian and Jedi combined together. Because I'm assuming, for me, my prediction, that would be my prediction for Grogu on the Mandalorian side, right? Because eventually, he does have he can tap into the Force, but also he is a Mandalorian now. He will be trained as a Mandalorian, learning their ways of doing things. So there's Osha, who's a witch and a Jedi, and then there's Grogu, who's a Mandalorian and a Jedi, which I'm assuming and hoping that eventually he might get the Black Blade. That would be nice. But no, I feel like the second season, there's so much potential. And they're already leading up to it. And I'm really disappointed that we won't be seeing the results of everything that they've been cooking within this season so far for season 2. But man, I'm really hoping that Disney will change their mind regarding to canceling this entire series and give us at least a season 2. I will love that. But anyway, I would love to hear your opinions on this entire series. And yeah, leave them in the comment section down below. I would love to hear them or read about them. I can't hear them. I can read it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this reaction video, please do me a quick favor with that like and subscribe. It'll help me a whole lot. And if you want to watch a full uncut reaction with me, please join my Patreon, alright? And I will see you all next time. Bye.